Hi guys, Peter Finch here. Welcome down to Prairie Sports Village and the Quest Golf Academy. And today we are going to be talking about different styles of putter grips and what you should be doing and what you should be thinking about as you move into the new season. Now, if you've watched any amount of top professional golf or if you've been at a golf club for any short amount of time, you will soon realize that people grip the putter in many different ways. Now, this is down to a number of different factors, but putting is such a mental sport, and it is such, well, literally a mental sport, but it's such a different game than the full swing, where you will find that people will happily and quite gladly rather face a 280-yard drive over a ravine than a 4-foot putt. Now, there are many different factors contributing to this, and I will be doing more videos around putting mentality. But a lot of people do struggle with putting so much, then they search for different answers. And because of this, there are many different putting styles which have been produced. All of them aim to do the same thing, just get the ball in the hole in a fewer number of strokes. But you may find that one of these different grips and one of these different styles suits you more than others. And the whole point of this video is maybe to introduce you to some you may have not seen before and encourage you to go and experiment and try and find which one will work best for you. Now, first of all, we'll start with the more conventional putting grip. Now, again, with putting grips, because they are so different, there isn't really any such thing as a conventional grip anymore, but what you would class as a regular style of most professionals, and that is right hand below left with a reverse overlap grip. Now, this is made popular obviously by Tiger Woods. This is his grip. This is what people do follow when they are looking to get more of a conventional grip. And what happens is the right hand goes below the left, and then the index finger of the left hand just wraps over the back 2 fingers or the back 3 fingers. Again, there are lots of different variations of this, of the right hand. Both thumbs sit on top of the shaft, and then the hands get nice and close together. Now, this classic reverse overlap grip is favored by many because it gives a better control of speed, not always the case, but because it's more conventional and it is more in tune with what you're doing in the full swing, a lot of people find this putter grip easier to control. Now, as mentioned, there are lots of different variations of the reverse overlap. My preferred version of it, and again, this is where it gets very individual, is to overlap the first 2 fingers of the left hand across the back 3 fingers of the right hand. What that allows me to do is bring my palms slightly closer together and get the thumbs a little bit closer together on the grip as well. Now, this brings my shoulders a little bit more level, and I feel I can put a better stroke on it. But really, is that more of a feel thing? Is that more of a technical thing? It's probably a tiny little bit of both, because I used a reverse overlap grip for many years and got on with it, and I've just morphed into this new grip as time goes on. Now, as far as the advantages that the classic reverse overlap gives, because it's a more conventional grip, because it's more like what you're used to doing within the full swing, right hand below left, a lot of players do find it easier to control speed with this type of grip. However, it's not always the case, and there are disadvantages. Like I said, my hands are close together because it brings my shoulders quite level. A lot of people can find that the right hand and the right arm dips a little bit low and can give a little bit more of a flick at impact with that right hand. So what you want to be doing is just trying to make sure those shoulders are as level as possible and then stroking it away. Sounds so simple, doesn't it? And it is. I mean, look, it goes in. But that is the conventional reverse overlap grip. Now, the second grip we're going to be talking about is the cross-handed grip, or the left hand below right. Now, this is used by many of the top players in the world and some of the very best putters. If you think of Jordan Spieth, Danny Willett, who we played with a few weeks ago in Dubai, uses this grip as well and is an absolutely fantastic putter. And all it sees is basically that reverse overlap reversed. So the left hand goes below the right, and then the right index finger just overlaps the back few fingers of the left hand. Now, what this does and what this has the advantage of doing is bringing the shoulders much more level. And because of this, a simple rock back and a simple rock through of the shoulders can produce a more consistent stroke. However, because it is different and because it is an unusual feeling when compared to what your normal grip would be, it does throw a few people off. I have used this grip for a full season, and I tended to find that I missed my putts and drop my putter a little bit more off to the right hand side. Therefore I switched back to a more conventional grip and did find I had more control over line. Also, with a reverse grip, sometimes speed control can be an option. However, it does work for a lot of players, and what it gives the advantage of also is having that left hand lower on the club. It allows that to have a more dominant effect throughout the swing, and by keeping that left wrist nice and firm, it's a lot easier to keep the club face nice and square. So just having that left hand below the right, you can almost lock that hand out, move the shoulders back and through, keeping that left wrist in a firm position, and it allows a much more consistent stroke. So getting set up over this one, all I'm going to do is drop that left hand below the right, reverse the reverse overlap as I just mentioned, get myself lined up, and then just trying to keep the shoulders level, keeping that left hand nice and firm, not letting it break down. Both of them work. The next grip we're going to be talking about, guys, is the pencil grip or the claw grip. Now there's a couple variations of this, but what it sees is the left hand sitting on top of the grip and then the right hand either sitting on top in this motion, so a very classic Chris DeMarco type claw, or just sitting to the side of the grip, very much like a Sergio Garcia pencil grip. Now what this has the advantage of doing for many players is over the short puts, helping them have a little bit more confidence. Having the left hand on top helps control the club face, and then just popping the right hand on the side helps guide that face through with a little bit of a less nerves. Now personally, I have also used this putter grip and I have tried this putter grip for a season, and it does work, especially over those shorter putts. It does help engage and give more confidence. However, I found it quite difficult to gauge distance over long putts, especially when the greens were quite slow. But there's nothing too complicated about it, and it's certainly something a lot of people can use. Again, it will mean that the right hand is dipping quite a long way below the left, and therefore you need to be careful of alignment. But very simply, it's getting set up, making sure that club face is aligned correctly again, getting the body set up, getting the left hand on the grip, making sure it's running through the lifeline of that left hand, getting the right hand just to the side. I prefer more of a pencil style rather than the full claw, and then moving the shoulders back and through and just helping guide the club through. And I do like this putter grip. It does feel very solid. It does feel like I have a little bit more control over the club face, but it might not suit everyone. But the whole point of this video is just to introduce you to some new styles for you to go out and try with many different variations of your own. Right guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment below, let me know what putter grip you're using and which one you prefer. Please follow me on my other social media platforms as well, and we will see you down here next time.